So the last of my Black Grail figures to do is this chap, the Lord of Tumours. When creating a warband, you either got to choose a Lord of Tumours or a Plague Knight, and so yeah, I'll be having this Lord of Tumours. The bump on him says that he is a high-ranking noble officiant in the cult of the Black Grail. The Lord of Tumours spreads filth and corruption amongst friend and foe alike. So this is what I've got. Amazing, amazing, incredible detail. Look at that. Look at that. His mouth is in there. That Joker-like smile is in there, but tiny compared to the rest of him. And look at those for Tumours. Really looking forward to doing the dripping goo, which is all coming off of him. So that's him. And yeah, the dripping goo. You've got one guy catching the drops, so he's basically going to be going here. All right. And there's another guy drinking it. All right. And I'm assuming this goes with this model because that's what I've got left over. So I guess that's got to go on the base. These fellas, though, they look a bit small, unless, like, let me bring in, I haven't quite finished these corpse guards, but I guess they're like big and beefy, but size-wise, I'm thinking maybe these aren't 32mm. Yeah, they've got to be, because there's no way they're 28. They're just puny monks, and he definitely does seem to be in proportion. So let's get some primer on, and we'll return. Primed in grey, and I've base coated the flesh with a rather appropriate necrotic flesh. That's the basis. I'm gonna build up regular flesh tones on top of that, and the two acolytes. The detail on that, isn't that amazing? I've put them on them flayed one flesh, and I'm going to make that. I think I'm going to put some pallid witch flesh over the top, and then I'm going to put on a grey wash because they look really quite grey in the painting. I like how the fact this guy, his face is in there, but once I've stuck him to a base, you're never ever going to see it. So it's rather good. So yeah, build up the skin tones, and I'll come back once that's done. Okay, so I've built up all the flesh tones to as light as I dare, and now you can start to see his teeth start to appear underneath the helmet. So next stage, start putting on washes, speed paints. I know I'm going to be putting on something to make the tumours all look sickly, and I know I'm going to be putting on reds for inside all the gaping, oozing areas, but I don't know about putting on a flesh tone. I'm thinking maybe this white is all right, but I'm going to have a play around with them. I think what I'll do is I'll get one of each colour out on my palette with a bit of contrast medium and start slopping it around. I know for the priests, they're just going to get a dreadful visage wash. Okay, so I will return. All right, so that's the monks washed with the grey. Next thing I'm going to do, I think this chap's the only one who's got like leprosy marks over him, so I've got to pick them out, and then yeah, that was good fun. It's not coming out too clearly on camera, but what you've got here is a mixture of flesh tones along with gut ripper flesh and plague bearer flesh, and I did. Oh, there you go. You can see. Oh, you can see better there. I was just splodging the brush in one paint, dip it in the contrast medium, splodge it on, then a different one, and just mixing them all around and going around. So that's all right. That's good. It's given me lots of variation, which I'm happy with. Again, you can see more clearly now his teeth up in there. I think the next step now then is just stain some of these rather involved tumour areas a different colour. I know what I'm going to do after that, but let's get them on first, and then I'll explain my my cunning plan. Man, with his teeth painted like that, he looks so much like Kenny Everett doing a BG. But once I put all the blood in, that's gonna hopefully look better. So yeah, I've been having a go at the actual tumours themselves. I've got a bit more work to do on those, but I'm just been picking them out with greeny, yellowy washes over the white that I painted them. So it's going all right. Next, I'm going to be doing all the bloody bits, and I'm trying to get away from this and just break up this skin colour that I got. Oh, and I've also decided to have I mean, it looks to me like he's got an exposed spine, so that's going to be pretty bloody too. All right, so I think I'll return once all the skin is done. So I'm happy with all the boils, and I've put on the first coat of paint for his pussy bits, which is Nurgle's rot. All right, but I want to put a wash of something over that and highlight that just to make it look ickier. All right. Now I'm umming and ahhing what to do about this skin. I'm quite happy as it is. If you're going the grimdark way, though, really you should put a villainy ink wash over the top. But I've got a feeling that's going to darken things down too much, and I quite like it as it is. So I think I'm going to leave it. All right. So next thing is to deal with his robes. That's the next layer, and as you can see, I've done them in a mid-grey and just dry brushed them quite crudely with a light grey. This will be getting the villainy ink. That's the next thing, is put villainy ink on both him and his little mates. Have had the same treatment. All right. They're going to have Ichor of the Damned, which is a icky black wash, which will darken them all down. That's why I've gone light with them. All right, so that's the next stage. Let's see how that all looks when I come back. So I've glued him to a large citadel base, and as you can see, I've picked out the gold. I'm still umming and ahhing about the colour. What I've done with the grossy, dribbly muck is over the Nurgle's rot, I've washed Mortarian grime. All right, and then I've just now just picked out the highlights in white, because then once that's dry, I'm going to put on a very thin wash of Nurgle's rot, which hopefully will make for a lighter one. Okay, and I've done the same with the acolytes. You can see there's the Nurgle's rot. It's been washed, and just the highlights I've picked out in white, and also, yeah, in his cup. All right, so I'll come back with all that done, and I'll have put a wash over the bling. Okay. Okay, so what I've decided is, now I've got the gold finished, I'm going to put a green wash over that to try and match the artwork, and then final decision on whether I leave the skin as it is or tone it down with the enamel wash. So here we go. The armour's been given a wash of Militarium green, which has given it the green tint that I wanted. All the players are in place. The gooey muck is finished, all but a bit of gloss varnish on it. And what I've done here on the base is that rock, which came with something, I've put there. And then I've got a couple of these brilliant things. These are really realistic looking and coloured rocks. And they're just pieces of coloured cork, battlefield rocks. So I've just put them there. So next thing, yeah, is the scatter material. Oh, and the other thing is, I don't know if you can tell from the last video I did, I've been dappling on fresh blood, where he's oozing blood, as well as goo. All right, so I'm nearly done. I'll come back with these guys finished. Okay, all the pus has been glossed, everything's done, everyone's in place. The Lord of Tumours is finished. Let's take you around the back so you can see just what's going on there. Like so. I'm thinking I should have gone a bit ickier with the skin, but no, it's all right. It's okay. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah, that's me done with the Black Grail faction. I'm still really into Trench Crusade, so I've got a whole load of more figures in my stash pile to work on. So stay tuned if you like Trench Crusade. I'll be back with many more videos as we go into the summer.